guys, what's up? Welcome back. Firstly, I must say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel up until this point. This is kind of just like an outlet for me, so to know that my videos have kind of touched some people is it's more than I could have expected, honestly. So thank you. Also, my last video, where I talked about why I left Christianity, low-key did numbers, and I did not expect that, especially because I didn't advertise this anywhere else. So just to see everybody who liked it and who had left me comments and everything, I am very, very appreciative of those. So thank you so much. I am honestly flabbergasted just with everything and how that has played out up until this point. But with that being said, today I kind of just wanted to go through a couple of the comments and just reiterate a couple of things. Somebody asked me in that video if I would give some of my other reasonings for leaving, so I figured I would bring that, as well as address just a couple of the comments. I'm saying it's nothing too bad. I took a couple of notes. But yeah, so there was one person, there was one comment left, and this was one of the first comments that I got. I don't really remember everything because I saw that one pretty much as soon as the video came out. But I remember one of the points that he made, and if I can remember, I would just put it up on the screen. But one point that he made, or one thing that he said in his comment, was that I left Christianity, or he said the real reason that I left Christianity was because I wanted to sin without guilt. And as I've told you nothing about my life at this point on in my YouTube journey, I think it's a little bit presumptuous. You don't know anything about me yet. You don't know what I do in my daily life, and so for you to just kind of project that onto me, that's a little judgy. Just FYI, I don't really do anything. I'm kind of a serial loner. I stay at home, so it's not really much room for me to be out here sinning. But yeah, please don't judge people before you know them. You can get a lot farther in life without casting judgment on situations before you've actually taken time to sit with them. So just a little life note there. But thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So yeah, there were so many people who left really nice comments too. Thank you guys for those. They're always appreciated. I'm a little strange in my life, you know what I'm saying, which is okay. I have accepted this about myself, and it's just a little, I don't know, I find it's kind of refreshing to put myself out there in this way, and people are receptive to it in a positive way. I enjoy that. I'm not gonna lie, because I think I'm pretty cool, and so but you guys think I'm pretty cool too. Thanks. There were a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people who, I'm sorry, got to say such, but there were a lot of people who invited me to join their religion. So I got a lot of people telling me, oh, you should just come to my church, we're different, or come to Islam, or check out this ancient form of Christianity, da 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 da. Respectfully, no. I am very comfortable where I find myself now. I am a lot more connected to the Most High than I feel like I have ever been in my life, and I don't need a religion to teach me how. I don't need a religion to connect me to source energy. I can do that from the comfort of my house where I am. I'm really good, For me, religion is too basic. It's too basic, and it's just I'm not there anymore. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, I'm not there anymore. I've done a lot of unpacking and a lot of healing from just a lot of the emotional damage that I had growing up Christian. And rather than continue to subject myself to that same trauma in another form, I think I'll just kind of stay right here where I am and continue to grow in that way. So thank you for thinking of me, but I'm really good. So yeah. This is just a side note from editing me, but I've been out of Christianity now for about 5 years. 2018. Yeah, I stopped really going to church in like 2018. 2019 I was just like super done, but like been out of church for 5 years, out of Christianity, like legit threw it away for 4. So this isn't just an overnight thing. Like this isn't something that I just up and decided that I wanted to do. No, I'm very much settled in like this new version of myself, very much settled in this new reality for me. So there's no convincing me to come back. Yeah, just FYI, because I feel like some people are like coming at me as if like I'm newly left or whatever. No, I've been out of this thing for 5 years. It's been a very, very tumultuous time, and yet the most freeing and liberating and expansive 5 years of my life. My life did a complete 180 after I left. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. All right, bye. And then there was one person, or there were a couple people who kind of feel like I left for people, or like people were the reason that I left. And while I understand why, based on my examples, it looks like that, it's really that's a very simplistic way of looking at things. These people most definitely contributed to a lot of the negative that I saw within the church. But when I take a step back and I look at my overall Christian experience in every situation, every circumstance, every church that I went to, and that includes like to visit, when I went to go dance, when we went to go sing at different churches, when we just went to go and like fellowship with different churches that were around like where I lived, every place that we were, or every place that we went, there was always this feeling of darkness. There was always this unconscious feeling of darkness. And I don't know if everybody else was aware of it, but it was definitely like front and center for me wherever I went. And that's not really something that, you can ignore. When you look at the actions of the people that I gave, they're very dark, they're very sinister. I didn't even tell you guys the worst things, like, because there were definitely some worse experiences. Like, I have seen some stuff. I will just say it that way. That's kind of beside the point. So I understand why you would say it's the people, but it's not the people. Like, I have to be comfortable. And if I am going to this place and I'm not comfortable, the experience that I'm supposed to have, it's not there. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, there, like, when I was about 14, 15, we can say, I started to like kind of look at the Bible, studying everything. And in my studies, I came across the fact that both Satan and God are referred to as the morning star. To me, that kind of looks like they're the same person, but I mean, do with that information what you will. That's just one of my takeaways, or one of the things that kind of got me like, one of the things biblically, I will say, that kind of got me like, something isn't really adding up. We can talk about when I began to look at the life of Christ. And my mother is actually the first one who kind of put me onto this. I was a little bit older at this time, but she had gotten into actually like understanding what it meant to be a follower of Christ. And what she was saying was, when you look at his life and you look at the things that he practiced, what he did in his day-to-day life, and how he chose to like kind of lead the people who were around him, they didn't practice what we practice today. They weren't doing these things. They were celebrating the feasts of the Lord. They were what Jesus was into, very much so more closely mimicked what the Jewish people practice. It wasn't what we practice in Christianity. So again, I'm brought back to that question of how can I call myself a follower of Christ when I'm not doing the same things that he's done? Not only that, in the Bible, we're called little gods. And so if we are considered little gods, would it not make sense that we can also do the same things that Jesus did? He even said that all of these things that I have done, or all of these things that I have done, you can do and even greater. So if I can do everything that Jesus did and even greater, why is it that I'm also being told in church that the only thing about me that is a redeeming factor is the fact that this person, Jesus, came back to die for me, to die for my sins? Why am I being told that I'm not strong enough to carry my burdens? Jesus carried his burdens. He came down here. He carried the burdens in the entire world. And you're telling me that I'm not strong enough to carry even my own burdens, when this man, and again, I'm made in the image of God, just like he was. I am unable to carry my own burdens. I'm not just mine. I'm not talking about anybody else's. I can't carry my burdens. That makes sense. We can also look at how women are looked at in the church. Sure, you might have women pastors, but when you look at the Bible, the very first example that we are given of women in the Bible is the example of Eve. Eve is the reason why the world exists as it does now. She cast the world into sin. She is the reason why we go through everything that we go through nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Because she chose to take a bite of the forbidden fruit. So if we are to look at that as biblical truth, again, I don't believe this, but if we're going to look at Eve being, you could say, the seed or the source of sin in the world, then how can I, as a woman, first and foremost, how can I feel comfortable in this religion? The very first example that I'm being given here of myself from a biblical standpoint is that me as a woman, I am the origin. Sorry, but I'm given that I am the origin of sin here in the world. So I'm given that I'm the origin of sin. There are all these different things in the Bible that aren't adding up. I'm told that I'm a little God, or I'm told that I'm just like God, made in his image. And yet God is portrayed as a man. I didn't even talk about that, but God is portrayed as a man. So how am I supposed to see myself in that? There are all of these different ways in which I personally am just not represented here. Yeah, let's bring it back to the whole Eve thing. Eve is blamed for the state of the world today, right? But everybody who exists today came here through the womb of a woman. So why is there such a disdain for women when without women, the world wouldn't exist? You know what I'm saying? Like, if women just stopped having babies, what are y'all gonna do? You know? And that's not to say that women are necessarily better than men. No. But the complete lack of respect and representation of women within like biblical doctrine is just mind-boggling, because again, without women we would not exist. And that's not to say that there weren't examples of women in the Bible. There were. But when you are trying to display and teaching people that a man created the world, when literally men don't even create themselves, it is a woman that creates both men and women, doesn't make sense to me. And yes, I know men have XY chromosomes, so they can make either or, but the man only deposits his seed into the woman. It's the woman who then goes forth and creates that child in her body for 9 months. So again, both men, I'm not trying to say women are better than men. Men most definitely are better than women. We are both needed and necessary for this thing. So if that is the case, then why is that not accurately portrayed in the Bible? You have women being subservient to men, and I'm sorry, I'm not a feminist, but I'm not going to say that I'm subservient to a man either. It's not. So all of this stuff is like in me. I'm 14, 15, thinking about all of these different things. And on the one hand, it's like I'm being told that I'm a little God. But on the other hand, I'm being told that I'm less than. Not to mention, you know what I'm saying, everything that I was going through in my home life, everything that I'm going through at church, you know, the one place I'm supposed to be able to come and to be able to cast my burdens aside, you know what I'm saying, being able to lay everything down here on the altar. I'm supposed to be able to come to God and find comfort and relief. None of that is to be found anywhere. Not in none of the churches that I went to. I didn't find it when I prayed, none of that. And I was at my absolute lowest while as a Christian. I have never been, now I absolutely can say that I love myself. But back then, I was ready to end it all because I'm not finding relief anywhere. What 14, 15-year-old is looking forward to not living anymore because they just feel like that would be a better alternative than what they're being given in life? That's a really sad reality. That's a really sad fact. And that is where I found myself. If it wasn't for my mother kind of, I don't want to say realizing Christianity was a lie, because it wasn't really that, but she definitely began to question a lot of things. I would say right around the time that I was peak, just like, yo, I'm done, like ready to be over. She kind of began to be like, maybe this isn't all it's cracked up to be. Maybe, you know, there are some things that I need to like research a little bit further. If it hadn't been for her kind of getting to that point, I'm not sure that I would still be here today. So shout out to you, mama, because you got there right in time. I promise. Like, you got there right in time. I was looking at all of these different things. Lack of respect for women, not seeing myself reflected anywhere, the hypocrisy in many different places and points in the Bible. Put that on top of everything that I experienced, the just negative feeling that I got looking at the historical aspects of Christianity. This cacophony of things and this cacophony of reasons, evidences, you could say. You expect me to want to still remain in Christianity. That is wild to me. That is literally wild. If that's what you choose to do, wonderful. That's what you choose to do. But for me and for mine, I'm sorry, I've washed my hands of it. I want no parts of it. I cannot in good conscience remain a Christian. I cannot in good conscience tell anybody else to become a Christian. I'm not, and I feel like that would be me selling you down the river. I'm not going to do that to anybody. You know what I'm saying? And I would appreciate it if people would not try to bring me to their religion or tell me how, you know, good their religion is, because it's literally going in one ear and out the other. It's a waste of your time and mine. And I respect my time way too much. And I hope you would respect yours way too much than to, you know, try and tell somebody something that's just going to fall on deaf ears. I am done with organized religion. I want nothing to do with it. And again, that's no shame, that's no hate towards anybody who still chooses to engage in you know, these practices, these religious practices. If they work for you, wonderful. They work for you. They do not work for me. And again, that's no hate. Like, everybody is just different, and I think that should be okay. So yeah, I hope this maybe clarified a few things for the people who, you know, believe that I just left for people, while people and those experiences very much played a very large part in why I left. They weren't the only thing. There were other experiences. I don't know. I think at that point I wasn't really ready to share, and I wasn't necessarily ready to share those now, but hey, here we are. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, let me make sure I said everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I don't know. Christianity it cuts you off from yourself. It really does. You're forced to look outside of yourself. And I I don't want to be disconnected from me anymore. I've found out that I'm actually a pretty great person, if I do say so myself. There are a lot of things about me that I love and that I enjoy. You know, there are a lot of things about me that I'm learning to love and to enjoy and to incorporate. And I wouldn't want any organized religion to come in and like cut me off from that again. You know, so yeah, like what is the first of the 10 commandments is thou shalt have no other gods before me, which means that all of your focus essentially is on somebody and something else. You're cut off from yourself from the jump. Like, I'm sorry, like but yeah, no. I'm good. I'm good over here. We like me. I love me, exploring me, learning about me, and I'm gonna continue down that path without religion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you again for all of the love on my last video. It means a lot to me that, you know, I was able to be relatively vulnerable and people just kind of accept it, because this is different for me. I'm extremely introverted. So yeah. But yeah, thank you guys. If you happen to make it all the way to the end of this one, because this one's probably gonna be a little longer. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate you all so much. And if you like this video, just, you know, hit the thumbs up button. It does help me out a lot, because I am trying to like grow this a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Just a little. And subscribe if you want to see more. I don't really know what direction my channel is going in yet. Honestly, I'm just kind of, if I have an idea, I'm gonna upload it, you know? But yeah. If you have any suggestions or there's anything that you would like to see from me, let me know. I will do the best of my ability to like make that happen for you guys. And yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for stopping by, and I very much hope to see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. If you never come back, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your life. Full of life, full of love and laughter, and many, many blessings. Yeah. Peace. Alright, so I was totally done recording this video. Was completely done. Had no intentions of like ever really touching this subject again. But then I was like, why don't I read the comments? Because I haven't read the comments on that video in like 4 or 5 days. But when I tell you, yo, some people were so mad. Like, people are really upset that I made a decision for my life, as if it has any bearing on them and what they choose to do with their life, you know? You can't make this up. Like, and it just, like, for me, it only strengthens my resolve, having seen some of these people. Like, yo, these people act like I freaking cut their mom down in front of them or something like that. Like, no, I just told you I am not a Christian. I didn't tell you not to be a Christian. I didn't tell the next man not to be no Christian no more. I literally told you all my experiences, and yet it's got y'all panties in the biggest twist I have ever seen in my life. Bro, it's like I came behind you and just gave you a massive wedgie. Like, really? Is this really what we're doing? You know? Like, I don't even know like where to begin. One person, just give me 1 second. Let me find this comment. There are people who are telling me that I need to go back and read different sections of the Bible. Baby, I was in the church. I literally was in church from the time, like, I think I was 4 or 5 until the time I was 24. 5 to 24. 23. 5 to 23. So that's what? 5, 15, that's 18 years. I spent 18 years of my life in church. Why would you think that at this point in my life, I have not read the Bible cover to cover, seen every verse that there possibly is, dissected it, Bible studies, all that, the whole nine. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Another thing is, it seems to be a problem that my experiences were emotional. And I think I touched on this a little bit, but just because I gave you guys these particular instances does not mean that there weren't others. I definitely said at the end of my video that there were definitely other reasons, but these were just, for me, were some of like the bigger ones. I don't know why that's a problem, that their emotions. And see, that's the problem. You have so many people who are cut off from themselves emotionally. They don't, like Christian people, at least a lot of the ones that I've come across, have a very big disconnect between their emotions and their life. We're taught that emotions are bad. You shouldn't do anything emotions. And while, yes, you should have your emotions in check and be able to carry yourself accordingly when emotions may be running high in a situation, it is also very necessary and, quite frankly, a big part of life in general if you take your emotions and assess them and use what that emotional intelligent information that you are receiving to then go about and make decisions. Again, you have to use both your emotions and intellect to make decisions, yes, but emotions, just to cast them aside as if they offer you absolutely nothing then other than being emotions, why would they exist if they were just there? Tell me, like, why are they there? Why do you have emotions if you're not meant to utilize them for anything? Doesn't make sense to me. So that was one thing. Let's see. A lot of people are saying, oh, you know, all these people are so corrupt, so you decided to just leave Jesus. Yeah, if these people are the type of people that are telling me that I'm supposed to believe in this, and yet the way that you're carrying yourself, you don't even believe your own hype. That's the thing for me. Y'all, these are people who are elders in my church. You know what I'm saying? They're telling me that, you know, this is the way, that Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the light. They are the ones who are bringing me this information literally on a silver platter, saying that this is what you are supposed to do in certain situations. This is how you are to lead your life as a follower of Christ. And yet they don't believe their own hype. They don't believe what they're telling me, so much so that it is evident in the actions that they are taking in their lives. How do you honestly expect me to then be like, okay, cool, yeah, I'm going to continue on in this thing? That don't make sense. You think I'm going to follow that person, follow this information that they're trying to tell me? No, that's stupid. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, respectfully, I had to leave the whole religion. All of these people around, like, that's the thing, bro. All of these people are going, like, they're going around and telling me how I'm supposed to lead my life. They're going around and showing me all of the things that I'm supposed to do. We're all in this together. And if I'm just seeing corruption after corruption after corruption, these are people who do not believe what they are telling me. Why the hell would I continue on following what they are trying to teach me and show me and tell me about life? It does not make sense. There is nothing that these people can tell me at this point that is going to enrich my life in any way, shape, form, or fashion. There is nothing that I can get from this religion. And mind you, these people, I'm not talking about people who have only been in church for 2, 3, 4, 5 years. No, these are people who, just like me, grew up in the church and then decided that they wanted to go ahead on and move on up the ranks and be, you know, pastors. And these are prominent people in these churches that I'm going to, people who have literally dedicated their lives. They eat, sleep, breathe church and Christianity. They don't believe this information. How do you expect me to? Please answer that question for me. I would love to know. I would love to know. So if you are somebody who is very comfortable where you are very comfortable in your church experience, I am not the person for you. This is not the channel for you. These are not the videos. These are not going to be the videos for you. I have nothing that I can give you because you are comfortable where you are. And that is just that. So to all of the people who, you know, are trying to make me feel bad or trying to make me feel like I'm going to go to hell or anything like that because I decided to leave Christianity. Yeah, you can say I left people if that's going to make you sleep better at night. It's not. But sure, why not? I know why I left. Okay, editing-ish me, I guess you could say. But, yeah, Christianity was good for what it was while it lasted in my life, you know? Again, I'm not trying to go around and bash it because there's still several people that are locked into it, you know, tapped in, and they honestly will probably always be Christian. That's just what it is for them. But I know for me in my life, like, it's too simplistic of a way of looking at actual reality. And it's in the box. That's like that's honestly like the best way to look at it. Like, it's very much in the box, and I want to be free. I want to live life, and I want to enjoy my life, and not in a way that is going to be, you know, detrimental or degrading towards me as a person, because my experience matters. My life matters. My ideas, my beliefs, who I am matters. Christianity doesn't allow for me to matter. I am merely a gray blob amongst other gray blobs, just going about looking for, no, you know what? Better example. Were I to stay in Christianity, I would just be a moth drawn to a light bulb. And that light bulb, it ultimately kills them, especially if it's one of those ones that zaps the bugs. Which I mean, anyway. So yeah, no, I don't need Christianity. It's too simplistic. I'd rather look to my own light and learn how I could help somebody else be like positive and fruitful. How I would rather inspire other people to, you know, ignite the light within. That's it. I would rather inspire other people to ignite their own inner light, to discover what that thing is that you have that nobody else does, and learn how to like foster that and like just build upon it, make it better, make yourself great. You know what I'm saying? Because you, like, anybody, like, if you are attracted to me and you're telling me all of these things about me that are great, that means that on some level, if you are able to recognize this, I see this person and I like this thing, on some level, this is within you. So all you have to do is go within, tap into that, and like learn how to express that here in the world. So yeah. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that it inspired you. If not, like, if you happen to still be Christian and you want to continue being Christian after this, okay, cool. But I hope that I at least made you think about some things, made you, or I hope, I don't want to say made you, but I just want to inspire everybody to like look outside of what you have been taught. Examine it from a different lens, from a different perspective, and see if everything still holds up once you take that step back and once you view it through that new lens. And that's about anything. I would say do that about any and everything in life. Take a step back and examine it from all angles. What you find might shock you. So, yeah. So everybody who sent me a beautiful, beautiful comment, I want to again thank you so much for them. Like, I can't tell you, like, they mean a whole lot to me. Like a lot. And I am grateful that you were able to come and just see something. You were able to come and get something. There was something that resonated with you. Yeah. So yeah, if you know what I'm saying, again, you can leave your comments in the section below. That's what it's there for. Please be respectful. That's all I ask. Thank you to everybody who left me beautiful comments. I very much appreciate them. Yeah. Sorry if I got a little intense there. It's just it really grinds my gears when people cast off assumptions about me. That is a thing I've experienced my entire life, and it's something that I'm still currently like trying to overcome, like just getting enraged by these things, because it all stems from ignorance. I recognize that, but it definitely bothers me because you don't know me. You don't know me at all. You don't know anything about me. Even when I reveal stuff, I don't. So it's just like, you don't know who I am. So please. Anyway, thank you so much again to everybody who, clicked on this video, who decided to watch it, who gave it a listen. Don't let my little slight rant there like turn you off from like wanting to watch me. Yeah. So yeah, just thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. You all have been like overarchingly, like the vast majority of the comments were really positive and really supportive, and I do appreciate those, because it's not something that I see a whole lot of like in my personal life. Like, oh, that's just, if you're Black, you're Christian. Unfortunately, that's the way it is in a lot of Black families. But yeah, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you guys decide to come back and tune in. And I will most definitely see each and every one of you. Hopefully, wait, no, I won't see each and every one of you, because I'm sure I ruffled a few feathers in this video. At this point, I really could care less. If you liked it, I'll see you in the next one. If you didn't, peace and blessings. I wish you much success in your life. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.